I'll open up with a statement there. I think the one thing, going back to last January and this football team, just the goal they set for themselves to put themselves in this position to play for a championship, to play in a bowl game and have a chance to win it. You don't very often get a chance to come to work every day where you have a group, and maybe some of you do. We have a group of guys that have a vibe about them, that they believe in each other. There's not duplicitous behavior and all that. They're just bought in, and they go to work. And that's certainly what we got. We talked about this team having a great vibe. You guys asked that at the beginning of the year, and I think you see what it is. I've been around Boise State football longer than anybody, and I've been a part of great teams. And I can tell you this right now, you can focus on the records all you want. This football team and the type of character that they have and this coaching staff is as good as any we've ever had at Boise State. And I know that, and the best part about it is these guys realize that throughout this season. And they took advantage of it. And it's really what showed up tonight. Our players and coaches did a tremendous job. They focused on each day, they focused on the things that mattered, they focused on how do we truly get better, which is a simple concept, hard to do. And the reason why we put ourselves in the championship game and won it is because of that. The reason why we showed up today and played against Oregon and whatever about, everything leading into the game, that had nothing to do with us. It really was just about us going out there and playing hopefully our best game of football. In some areas we did that. I thought the defense was dominating today. We spotted them a few points, otherwise the score is completely different. I thought our offense moved the ball up and down the field, and Oregon had a very tough time stopping it. I thought special teams made plays and won the field position battle when needed, and at the end of it, still a great game, but overall, what we came to accomplish. So I couldn't be more proud. I'm just very humble and proud of what our team and our coaches were able to accomplish this year, and just to be a part of it. And I told our guys in the locker room, enjoy it. Don't ever take this for granted. We're never going to be the same. This 2017 team is done, and we'll come back and we'll start working on the next year, and we'll have all the other expectations. But for today, something special happened this season, and we're going to enjoy it, and I certainly will.
Bryan, what did you say to your team when the final minute of the first half plays out like it did? You spotted them too.
I didn't have to say anything. I think they're all sitting there, and we've been in that position before. We had a trick play in there, the statue play that I wanted, and they did a good job. They played it well. They played a little bit of a corner route that we had too, and defensively, Oregon is very good. They have tremendous speed. We respected this team when we knew we were going to play them. We know what type of athletes they have, and they showed that on the defensive side. They made plays, which is what good football teams do. So that last couple minutes we came in, we're always 0-0 at halftime, and so the vibe on the sideline was not very good. But the leaders, once again, I didn't have to say a whole lot. Leaders stepped up, guys that were involved. It was shake it off. We're on to the second half. We're a second half team in our minds, and we're a fourth quarter team. Get to that, we're going to find a way to win it. And that was the message from the guys. So very little for me, just a very matter of fact of what we had to go do in the second half.
Defensively, what impressed you the most? When you trotted out Jalen Walker, who almost had never played this season on defense, and he started for you guys.
Yeah.
Collin made a big play. Jordan Happel made a big play. What stood out to you the most?
Well, I think all those guys, the guys that have played, it's not always, see, I think the one thing everybody thinks about the guy that's playing that hasn't played, it's about the guys that have played. They've got to elevate their game. They've been in the fight throughout the entire season. Don't put it on one guy that he has to step up and go out there and put a cape on. Everybody else around him's got to play well, and they did. Kalla had an interception. We had some big plays from the D-line. I don't think that Oregon was able to get in any kind of rhythm, throughout the game, because our defense and the defensive line was getting them all out of sorts. And when you do that, and the quarterback is very good, but he didn't have a chance to really set his feet. He did it a couple times, made a few good throws in there, but that didn't happen very often. And then we had a turnover, and we had to score on defense. So there were some big plays, and I just felt like the plan that the staff put together, the way the defense had prepared themselves, which they've done all season long. Having Jalen out there, it's a matter of here's your opportunity. It doesn't matter if it happens in the first game. Everybody looks at, well, if it happens this late, what's going to happen? Well, your opportunity came at the last game of the year in the bowl game against a really good team. You never know when it's going to happen. Take advantage of it. And he did. He played well. Didn't play perfectly. That's okay. Nobody on our team played perfectly. We never expect that. Just play well more consistently than they do.
Hars, how special has Cedric been the last 2 years, and how much will you miss him?
Well, he had 10 catches for 221 yards today. All right. As a player, yes, his productivity. You can see what he's been able to do. But it goes well beyond that. Layton alluded to it, with the words that he used with the team early in the year of what he wanted to accomplish. And the guys, when he was speaking, they all listened. And what he had to say was tremendously important to this football team and where we are right now. So guys like Cedric, you guys see the production as a player. We see the person every single day. And here's a guy that's done nothing but show up from day one, prepare himself, do things right in the classroom consistently, day after day, take care of business off the field, be a leader, be an example, practice as hard as he plays consistently every single time. We'll miss that. It's guys like that. So, he's going to go on and play. He's going to continue to be a great player. But when you have people like that in your building, or you work around people like that, they just inspire you. They're different, and that's what he was, or is.
You talked about the stage, the opportunity you had earlier in the week, coming into this game to play the way you did. And I know you've beaten Oregon before, but just to cap the season like this and the momentum it gives you, and the young group coming back next year. How big was this win to finish off the year?
Well, what it says is you guys all know our goal, and the goal is to win a championship and a bowl game. So what it does is it gives those guys that vision that when you set your mind to something, you can achieve it. It's not personal goals. This is a team goal. This is something that we set out for all of us to try to accomplish, and they did it. And not everybody can do that. People set goals all the time, and they don't accomplish them. We have a goal, and we don't reset it. We have the same one that we're trying to accomplish, and they were able to do that. So to me, that's just a tremendous mentality from a group of players to get it done. And this entire year, there wasn't really anything out there that we had to say, because they already had that mindset that they wanted to accomplish it. It was more of just directing and trying to make sure that as coaches we're doing our job to give them every possibility to succeed.